You are 19. You work as a waiter at a 24-hour diner by an old highway. The diner is called The Lighthouse, a cheap place for truckers, drunks, and people who simply have nowhere to go at night. Every morning is the same. The smell of frying oil, the cook's shouts, shattered mugs, the tired faces of customers. You live in a small rented room, damp stains on the walls. The fridge is almost empty. Sometimes you just drink water before bed so you don't feel the hunger. But at work, you always smile. Even when customers yell at you, even when they leave you pocket change for tips, you're used to it. One night, around 1:40 a.m., a strange man walks into the diner. A black coat, gloves, shoes perfectly clean despite the rain outside. You walk up to him. "What would you like to order?" "Black coffee." You bring the coffee, but he doesn't even drink it. He just stares out the window. Then he asks, "Have you been working here long?" "Almost a year." "And you still smile at people?" You smirk. It's the job. The man slowly pulls $500 from his pocket and lays it on the table. You freeze. "What's that for?" For the first time, he looks you straight in the eyes. "Tomorrow at 10 p.m., don't come near this table." After those words, he walks out into the rain. All night you can't sleep. You keep staring at the money. $500, almost your monthly salary. The next evening you come to your shift earlier than usual. Inside, there's a tight knot of anxiety. At 9:50 p.m., 3 men walk in. Expensive jackets, heavy looks. They sit at that very table by the window. 10:00 p.m., you deliberately head into the kitchen. And at that moment, a shot rings out. Then another. Glass explodes. Customers start screaming. You drop to the floor. When everything goes quiet, you peek out from the kitchen. One of the men is lying by the window, covered in blood. Through the shattered glass, you see that same man in the coat. He stands calmly in the rain, looking straight at you. Then he turns and disappears into the dark. The police arrive 20 minutes later. They question you until morning, but you say nothing about the man. 2 days later, you receive an envelope. No name, no address. Inside, $1,000, and a note. You did everything right. You're scared, but you keep the money anyway. A week later, another envelope arrives. This time, there's $2,000 inside, and a new note. On Friday at 11:15 p.m., turn off the light in the kitchen for exactly 30 seconds. You think about it for a long time. Then you look at your old clothes, at the empty fridge, and you agree. On Friday, you turn off the light. Exactly 30 seconds. When you turn it back on, the back door of the diner is open. By the door lies a duffel bag. You open it, bundles of cash inside, a lot of money. After that, everything changes. Once a week, you get new tasks. Don't serve a certain table. Hand a package to the man in a gray jacket. Close the diner for 10 minutes. And each time you get paid, a lot of money. You move into a decent apartment, buy expensive clothes, a new phone, a car. The other waiters start to envy you, but inside, it only gets worse. You stop sleeping properly. Every night it feels like someone is standing outside your building. Every phone call scares you. And one night, the man in the coat comes back to the diner. But now he looks different. Tired. Angry. He sits at that same table by the window. "We need one more person," he says. "Who?" He lifts his eyes. "You. You go cold inside." "I'm just a waiter." The man smirks. "Not anymore." He sets a small black pistol on the table. "Tomorrow someone will come here. If you want to keep living, you'll do everything right." After those words, he leaves. And you stay alone in the empty diner. All night you sit and stare at the gun. Your hands shake. You understand that if you do this, there will be no way back. But if you don't, they'll come for you. The next evening, heavy rain. 10:00 p.m., a man in a gray suit walks into the diner. He calmly sits by the window and orders coffee. You feel your heart pounding faster and faster. The pistol is hidden under your apron, closer than ever. But at the last second, you realize you can't. You just can't. You snatch your jacket and bolt out the back door, running into the rain without looking back. You get in the car and drive. All night you drive without stopping, without a route, without a plan, just farther away. At dawn you pull over by the sea. For the first time in a long while, it's quiet. Your phone starts ringing non-stop. Unknown number, again and again. So you switch off the phone and throw it into the water. Months pass. You get a job as a waiter at a small cafe in another city. You carry trays again. You smile at customers again. Only now you start to value the quiet life. One evening a new waiter asks why you always avoid the tables by the window. You stay silent, watch the rain on the glass for a few seconds, and answer softly, "Just bad memories." And for the first time in a long while, you truly smile.